How was I feeling before my first primetime live match? Nervous. I was definitely nervous. It was the first time I'd been in a ring probably in about 7 months. Having been in the wrestling industry for almost 20 years, you don't get those kind of nerves very often. You tend to just revert back to your Rolodex of things that you know. But when you haven't done it for almost 7 or 8 months, your Rolodex starts to get erased and you're like, how am I gonna feel? What am I gonna do? How am I gonna react? And it was for a big championship match. It was right out of the gate, my first match back in 7 months, and it was for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. So to say I wasn't nervous, I'd be lying. And to say I was a little bit nervous would be the understatement of the year.
This another big move. This could be an pile driver. This is gonna be it. If he can get into the cover, we got a new champ right here.
I didn't win that match, and now I have a second opportunity. And in life, it's very rare to get second chances, second opportunities. I don't take this lightly. I don't take this as something that's just like, oh, this will come again, this will happen again. The first time, I didn't even think the first match was gonna happen for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship, and now to be thrown into this tournament for a different World's Heavyweight Championship, I'm truly humbled, I'm honored, I feel privileged that people respect me enough and respect that what I've done and respect the history that I've led through professional wrestling, that they're willing to give me not only one chance, but a second chance, because they know that one chance might be a fluke, but the second time he'll get it, or we just know how good he can be.
Mike Bennett feels like he deserves to be in there, and he feels like he should be a champion. Martinson feels like he needs to prove it to people.
Kevin Martinson being a last-minute replacement, it didn't change my game plan because I try not to focus so much on what my opponent's gonna do, but focus on what I can control. Especially in tournaments, you never know what's gonna happen. And in professional wrestling, in these crazy times we live in, nobody has a clue what is gonna happen, what's gonna go on. So I don't try to focus on a singular opponent. I try to compete with myself. I try to focus on what I can do. And for me, my motivation and my drive and the things that push me right now are my family and my kids. So that stays the same. That stays the same whether I'm looking across the ring at a guy who's been doing this for 30 years or I'm looking across the ring at a guy who's been doing it for 3 months.
Iron Mike Bennett looking for that spin, and he catches him again.
What would it mean to me to be the inaugural UWN World Champion? It would mean a whole lot. This past 3 years in my professional life have been extremely difficult. My personal life has been the most rewarding thing I could ever ask for. I'm married, I have 2 beautiful children, we bought a house. Everything outside of wrestling couldn't have gone better for me in the last 3 or 4 years. Professionally, it has gone the opposite way. My professional career has somewhat kind of been on a downslope in the past 3 years. And I've said it time and time and time again, I'm on this redemption tour. I feel like I need to redeem myself. I need to redeem Mike Bennett. I keep reminding people my name's Mike Bennett, Mike Bennett, Mike Bennett. I have a career outside than what the last 3 years people saw. I want people to remember that because it's my legacy. And in professional wrestling, you're only as good as your legacy is what people remember you for. I want people to remember me as Mike Bennett and winning world championships, and especially the very first one where you can set the stage, you can set the tempo. It's always cool to win a world championship when there's prestige to it, when there's a legacy behind it, when there's all these other great champions that have won it. But to be the first, to say to yourself, I am the very first person that has ever held this world championship, that goes a long, long way in professional wrestling, and that would go a long way in redeeming everything that I feel like I've lost. So this tournament, this world championship, it's everything to me right now.